Hello, everybody. Very good afternoon to you. Thank you very much for joining, even on the very last trading day of the week. This is me on behalf of everyone in this community, and particularly every member of Net Worth Investors Club, saying a very happy Salah holidays to all our Muslim followers and brothers and sisters. Happy Salah to you all. And as you know, in Nigeria, we don't take it for granted. We do not take it lightly. Holidays like these are seriously celebrated, and that is why tomorrow, Friday, there is public holiday, and Monday, it's also a public holiday. So today is the last trading day in Nigeria. And of course, we will not be back here until Tuesday next week, due to the Salah holiday. So all our Muslim followers and brothers and sisters, this is wishing you a very happy celebration. This is how I want to begin today. Today activities are going to be very frantic, so you've got to bring up your questions early enough, and let's communicate as quickly as possible because time is not on our side. Remember, it's the last trading day of the week, and so a lot of bargains are expected. So keep your questions coming in. We are fortunate to have you in this session, and we celebrate every one of you. Thank you very much, Atkins, for the gifts there. Appreciate you. I hope you are going back. Everyone is going back to the videos that have been uploaded on YouTube. So the long holiday is another fantastic opportunity for you to be able to go back and refresh your memory, take down notes that you couldn't take in the course of the live session, and be proactive, intentional, and take very positive steps and decisions towards growing your portfolio. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you for all the gifts. Daniel, appreciate you. Thank you very much, Chris. Coach, please, which stock can one buy with 50,000? That's from Daniel. 50,000. I will check and get back to you on that. It has to be something affordable that will not cost you a fortune, so it can make some good sense. There is enough for everybody. Just before coming on live here, I posted my first stock. Remember, I used to tell you 27 years ago, blah, blah, blah. Now, the receipt is there on some of my social media handles, and you would see that we are coming from a history that is very long, and that's what I enjoy sharing with us. So it's not a trial and error system here, okay? We're going straight to the market to see what's available, what's happening for us, and I will go straight to the equity section so that we can be able to analyze activities there. I don't know if you would like the insurance sector. If you would, then maybe a stock like Wapik Insurance or Lasaco Insurance. But to be very safe, I would say go for something that is much more reasonable in terms of how long they have existed. And for that reason, your 50,000 Naira, I would say, should go into a stock like, just a minute, still scrolling through to decide where best. If you ask me, let's see. Well, I think you should buy UPDC. Possibly buy it under 3 Naira, UPDC, under 3 Naira, and I hope you're going to be very patient with that. Ayo Wale says, I saw the receipt. Oh, that was very fast because it's not been long I posted it. Could you tell me what your impression was when you saw the receipt, Ayo Wale? While we're waiting for your feedback, dear coach, please talk about what happened to legacy access shareholders. Thank you. Chuka Obona. Legacy access shareholder simply means you own a company that Access Bank acquired. And so, based on the acquisition prospectus and agreements, a portion of Access Bank will now be used to replace what you had initially. And if you will recall that Access Bank acquired Intercontinental Bank first, and then went on to acquire Diamond Bank. So if you had the stocks of both companies, they're going to replace what you had with some Access Bank shares. But you know, because Access is the parent buyer in the deals, you're going to be receiving lesser quantity of shares of Access compared to the number of shares you had in those companies, because the valuation obviously cannot be the same, right? So that's what it is. So you are to now meet with or contact the registrars of Access Bank right now, and they will sort that out for you. Ayowale says, I was actually encouraged. Very good one. Thank you for that feedback. Appreciate. Clean says, Coach, please, between Dangote Cement and NACO, which one can I get an entry price? Though I have Dangsem. If you have Dangote Cement and you don't have NACO, then go for NACO. You have a knack for asking tough questions, in the sense that you always pair very solid companies together. So if you already have Dangsem, go for NACO. Otherwise, you could actually go all in for Dangsem, then collect the dividend from Dangsem and buy NACO. But it depends on the volume of Dangsem that you are able to get with the capital. Okay, but I am seeing that Dangote Cement, eventually after paying the dividend of 30 naira, will be deducted. You know, there will be markdown of that 30 naira on that stock. So you may want to play it this way. Either decide to miss out on the dividend and buy when it dips, but I do not think it will stay long below after markdown. So the best approach would then be hold on with NACO yet, collect the dividend from Dangote Cement, and then sell part of the Dangote Cement to add to the dividend, and then buy the NACO. So whatever cash you have now, buy the Dangote Cement, collect the dividend, and sell whatever part of the Dangote Cement you need to sell to make up with the dividend cash that would have been what you wanted to use to go in on NACO as capital now. I hope it's clear enough. Thank you very much. Questions are popping in, and that's because we do not have too much time. Today is the last trading day, even though it could have been yesterday, so a lot of things has to happen very fast. Coach, can I sell my Owando? Mr. Abba, the ball is in your court. If you want to sell and you see prospects elsewhere and you are tired of the back and forth movement of Owando stocks, fine and good, go ahead and strike as your instincts is leading you. The important thing is to continue to grow the money and not get it stuck. So if you think you are safe enough in terms of how much you bought versus how much it is selling for now, go ahead and make sure you tell yourself that you will have no regret whatsoever in going on. The receipt gave us more encouragement and hope. Oh, Don Yurimba, really? Fantastic. We thank God for life. You know, a lot of things have happened in the course of 27 years. So to be alive and well, to be able to keep talking about this and now getting more people on board, I mean, it's something to be grateful for. And that's why a lot of times I do what I do. Abba, Mr. Abba, not bad at all. I was looking at some of the statistics regarding TIP, and I'm seeing something about it regarding its ROSI, that is Relative Strength Index. Yeah. So I was looking at it, and I was looking at the Relative Strength Index, and it's showing 51.44. This is part of the things that we use to determine and decide what to do with a stock. But it's not all encompassing. This is not the only reason. But one reason there is that the RSI is currently at 51.44, showing an equilibrium in terms of whether the stock will go high or low, right? It is showing 51. It's the RSI is a measure of activities on a stock to determine whether it has the potential to keep rising or dropping in price based on market activities or trade activities for that stock. 50, it ranges between 0 to 100, 50 is like, okay, this stock is just at an equilibrium stage. Enough buying and enough selling, not too much pressure from both ends. And then 70 and above means the stock is actually oversold. And there is a chance it could be bouncing back. Then below 30 means that stock is almost going to start dropping. I think so 70 means overbought. Sorry, I need to log out first. 70 means overbought. 70 and above means the stock is overbought. And if a stock is overbought, it means any moment from when you are looking at it, price may start coming down. Then below 30 and below could mean the stock is oversold. And if it's oversold, it means there is a chance it has reached its bottom and may never drop below that. So for tip, it's just at the middle. And it means maybe at 6 naira it's okay to buy, or you can still struggle for more bargains below 6 naira. Thank you very much for your contributions. Your questions are very, very helpful, also helping others to do their best. I got my USCN and cap dividend today. Fayanjo Labose. Yeah, I got my USCN dividend yesterday too. I also got my, what other stock? Okay, FBN has been given since. So congratulations to all USCN shareholders. Your dividends were distributed yesterday and most of us got ours. Good one for that. Okay, coach, can I sell my Owando and buy tip? Okay, I've responded to you. We are beginners, coach. Never mind, Don Yorimba. Doesn't matter when you started. The important thing is you are here now. And from this moment forward, your money will start growing like never before. Jude Moore, I see you there. Thank you very much for the gifts. You keep showering it in various flavors. Thank you so very much. The receipts makes me free, proud, feel proud of myself also. Started stock buying this year and my first money market investment also. Dahel, rather. Thank you very much for your feedback. Appreciate that. I'm happy that you are inspired. Good morning, Chief. I want to throw Owando away, but if I do, we'll lose almost 70K. Where can I put it that will help me recover the 70K and make more profit? I had about 8,500 units. Dr. 2, just agree with me that if after you sell your Owando and it goes further up, you won't be angry. Otherwise, because the back and forth is not what everybody really can deal with regarding the behavior of Owando in the market, okay? So if you will not be offended, but be sure that you're going to grow your money elsewhere, then I'll show you, I can suggest solid stocks that you can put the money and then try to see how you can make further progress. Now, I've been talking about a stock like Vitafoam even after I actually bought it at 23 and it is now 50 something naira. I told you how I went further to buy more at 55. But as we speak, there you go, Vitafoam is inching upwards gradually, now 57 naira. And I'm seeing it some reasonable number of bids, over 700,000 bids at 57. Currently 1.3 million bids versus 600 and something thousand offers. So even the bids are more than the offer, which means it now becomes difficult to buy it less than 57. That's one stock I've been speaking about since after it touched 50 and kept going. Though we started buying at 23.25 in November. I still think this stock has prospects. What I am not too sure of is whether Vitafoam will actually want to dip before continuing this movement. Otherwise, I would have quickly said Vitafoam, but nevertheless, that's one option I would have recommended. And then if I go further up, because you need something solid and stable to put the money in. And if we go further, I'm looking at UACN. Now, the beautiful thing about UACN is that it will eventually give you much more room for growth. And then it will give you much more number of shares also. Since Owando is 57, and that's a good compensation if you ask me. Since Owando is 57 and UACN here is 34, that means you are going to get more volumes of UAC compared to how many volumes of Owando you already have, right? I think that's a good one there. That's a solid, stable stock. And I'm sure by the middle or end of next month, when their second quarter result is out, which is the half-year result, you will be impressed at the price action eventually, because this is completely contrary to the situation with Owando right now. They had their bad days, but they are completely out. They made over 4 naira per share, earnings per share, and decided they will give 22 kobo, meaning they've retained over 3 naira per share. So their retained earnings is building up, all right? And then don't forget, they are in the sector that I have predicted will do very well this year after their bad experience last year, talking about the fast-moving consumer goods sector. So I would advise you put it somewhere like UACN, you know, and then, of course, relax yourself and watch the drama. Yeah? Okay. Fronesty says, thank you, Coach. I got mine too. Interesting. Congratulations to everybody. We keep going. Akudo Onido says, hello, Coach. Please announce and warn everyone once again. There's an imposter on IG using your picture. Let's all be careful as we invest. Thanks again for all you do. Everybody listen, I have no second account on all my social media platforms, and it is deliberate so that I don't get people deceived into thinking I am any of those fake accounts. I have just one account, and when they ban the account, I will reopen another one. For instance, my TikTok account, this is the second account. 78,000 followers now. The previous account was banned, and I started it afresh. So don't be deceived by anybody who comes to follow you and start asking you questions with a DP that shows my face. Please, scammers are not resting, so you've got to be wise. Think twice before you respond to anything. Otherwise, you DM me first. That's why I do not follow. I do not DM you first, so that you can be on guard and watch. If I follow you, it's by mistake. And I do not want you to be deceived by anybody else using my pictures around you. I want your safety, I want your progress, and that is why I come out to sacrifice this time for free. Are you not enjoying how everybody is making money? On a daily basis, we come, get nuggets, go to the YouTube channel, watch through, and then make decisions that eventually profits us. People are still talking about how they've been receiving dividends up till yesterday, right? Since April, we've been collecting dividends until we are now in June. That's the kind of lifestyle we are trying to inculcate here. So if I'm receiving my dividends and getting rewarded, why should I go out of my way to dupe you? Please be safe. All across social media handles, no one has a backup except on Facebook, because my personal Facebook is different from the business account that now I run with this username, Wealth Coach. Okay? Otherwise, stick to the one you know and follow. And if possible, you want to be very sure again, go on the link tree on my bio, click on it. The originals of all my social media handles are there. Click on any one, and then you follow me straight from there. Please, please, and please. Thank you very much. Please, Coach, I need your advice on Afri Investor. What advice? If you are not happy with what you are getting, go elsewhere. Use another broker. The money is yours, and you are the CEO of your portfolio. Very simple. Go ahead and use any other broker that you can. Ask questions around. That's why we have a community. Just in case you don't want Atlas portfolios that we mention here, it's not a problem. This is not for any broker. This is for you. And so every information shared here is in your best interest. So you are still at liberty to decide where you go, okay? Thanks for the good job. You are blessed. I am on AfroInvestor platform though. Not a problem. If you are receiving value and you are happy with what you are getting, no issues at all. Just for me, be happy while you grow your money and everybody is fine. What entry price can we buy UBA today, coach? The hell, UBA, after the strong interest shown by the chairman in accumulating millions of shares in the course of the week, I would think it's now difficult to buy anything less than 34. Or let's see what it is. Yesterday it got to 35, though it closed at 34.70. Today it's at 35 again, and the bids are increasing above 35. Now this makes it very difficult, and of course the bids are already mounting. It's now 27 million bids versus 7 million offers, meaning it's going to be hard to buy even at 35 naira on the dot, because there are 11 million bids at 35 naira and above. So if you really want UBA today, then place a bid at maybe 35.85 or 35.80. The idea is, don't concern yourself too much about price fluctuations when you are buying a very good stock, unless you know that there is a chance, a very good chance that the price will drop. Then you go ahead and wait, bargain, and then buy. Things can work out for you. You could even still see this stock at 34 today. Nobody knows, depending on who wants to sell. But 11 million shares would have to be sold before you see it at 34, because every other bid is from 35 upwards, and they are about 11 million. Okay? UK Ultimate Enterprise, please talk about CNI leasing. CNI leasing had plans to do share buyback. CNI leasing has also been taken over by a new investor, an indigenous investor. I won't mention his name yet, but time will tell. They have diversified into some great businesses and ventures, and it's a matter of time before we start seeing results. It could be possible. They are getting closer. You know, they are also international also. We just wait and see. That's all I can say. CNI leasing has actually lingered also around 3 naira for a long while, most recently touching 4 naira and coming down and going back up to 4 naira. So maybe, just maybe, something good may be by the corner. I'm trying to check to see what more I can say about CNI leasing. Sometimes you want to get figures, right? Okay. In their last financial report, they made revenue of 36 billion naira, and with a net income of 582 million naira. Their shares outstanding is about 2.95 billion shares, but their earnings per share is 20 kobo. 20 kobo earnings per share. So you want to check to see at 4 naira plus, a stock making 20 kobo earnings per share, is that fair enough? And then that, because that brings you to a P ratio of 22.27, which is a lot, without necessarily comparing it to any of its peers, because I don't know which company to now compare it with, because they are in the leasing business. Otherwise, it would have been nice to compare it with other stocks in the same sector to see how it fares regarding the price earnings ratio. You know, the PE ratio is what gives you an idea whether a stock is overpriced or underpriced, but that's just on the surface. A whole lot is still involved in determining that. All right? Now, if you want to take a look at the 52 weeks low and high, the lowest it has sold for in the last 52 weeks, which is 1 year ago, is about 2.55 naira kobo. And then the 52 weeks high is 4 naira 99 kobo. So it's now above 4 naira, which means it's getting closer to its 52 weeks high. So you want to wonder, am I buying too high? Maybe an ideal price would have been under 4 naira, but will it go under 4 naira, having stayed under 4 naira for a long time? So the ball is in your court. That's all I can say about C&I leasing. Maybe a long-term buy, especially if things work out well. Come on now, MTN has leaped above 300 naira. This was that MTN I told a lot of you about. If you go back to our videos, well, maybe we were not consistent in uploading the videos. That's why the video on YouTube, very important, especially now that you are going to be having a very long holiday over in Nigeria. Those who are in Nigeria, tomorrow is public holiday, Monday is public holiday, a whole long weekend. You can take time to watch these videos and pick some very sound stocks that you can work with and target in the new week. Why am I saying this? I was singing this song around October, November, that MTN, the bad days of MTN are over. Who remembers this? If you remember, just indicate, I remember, I remember, I remember. And as at that time, MTN dropped to 170 naira per share because of the foreign exchange losses they suffered, right? I want to see, I remember, because you were all, most of you were here, right? Thank you. Ayo Wale, yes, Skipper, Oremos, thank you very much. I have my people here. I remember, R2, thank you very much. Rehoboth, I see you there. Thank you very much, Real Jerry. I appreciate you all. 170 naira. We're talking about October, November. And just after then, the third quarter, I think that was about when the third quarter result came out, and we could see that things are turning around. After all the foreign exchange losses they suffered. Today, what do we have? 304 naira, just like that. And I'm sure some people bought, in fact, it even dropped to 168 or so. What do we have here? MTN, 304 naira per share, and more money is being pumped in. Yesterday, over 1 billion naira was staked there. Today, as we speak, just 2 hours, 30 minutes after trading, we are seeing nearly 1 billion again spent. 829 million naira spent, right? Coach, enterprise for Dangote Cement and NACO. Well, where Dangote Cement is, 449 at the moment. Is it going to be anything less? Okay, we are seeing some selling pressure now on Dangote Cement, 1.9 million shares now, and the lowest offer is 449. So that's a good sign that you could buy at 447. So maybe 447, maybe 447. All right. Atkins says, I remember February. You see, up till February, we're still talking about MTN. Now, it's 304 naira per share. They've not paid dividend. They didn't pay dividend last year. So sometimes you don't want to also stick too much on the previous results because you will be late to the party. So you want to really watch to see, even though they're not going to pay dividend, but because they could have paid dividend. Usually, MTN pays dividend on my birthday, April 28th. That's when they always pay dividend. So it was my birthday stock, you know. And they pay twice, but the final dividend, which is more, is always paid April 28th and thereabouts. But this year, last year, no dividend paid. So this year, of course, because of the losses of last year, nothing was declared. But going forward, I believe that they should be doing well. In any case, anybody who was bold enough to buy MTN at 170 naira then, you are in good money right now. Sir, please, is GTCO still a good buy now? Okay, let me also check NACO. I think NACO should be fine at 77. This is for clean or Chris. So, because it's been running around 77 for a while, let's see where it is this morning. Okay, it's 78 now, even though it closed at 80. Okay, there are a lot of bids at 78, so that makes it difficult to buy at 77, but you never know. This is weekend. And of course, our Muslim brothers and sisters may want to sell some and have a good festivity. So between 77.50 and 78 for NACO. That's my response to Chris. Let's all report the imposter. How to get the account. When coach is live, go to the person's page. It won't be live, so report the page. If we have up to 500 reports, they will deactivate this account. You know what? They actually even deactivated my Instagram on Saturday. I was just relaxed. I was calm. And then I appealed when I realized it. And then after a while, they told me things to do, and it was restored that same day. So maybe they are trying to check to see, because what they tell you to do when you appeal, if you are not the owner of the account, you can't do it. So that's how they will know and deactivate. But how this person continues to go about, or these people continue to go about, I don't know. They are on TikTok, they are on Facebook, they are on Instagram, you know. So just stay safe, guys. What trading strategy are you using? Kosa Exchange. I combine long and short-term trading, but most importantly, I follow fundamentals to pick my stocks because I'm a long-term investor, right? So it's not particularly day trading that I do. The money is in holding long-term. Dr. Abisoye Ajayi, at 300, is MTN still a buy? Now, this is where my expertise comes in. Knowing it will be a very good stock, now that it's hitting 300 for the first time, do not buy. There will be a pullback. Many who bought at 170 and at 200 will be excited to sell at 300. There is always a volume of a particular stock for trading. Those traders, be they individual or institutional traders, they will come out to offload. When they do, they will pressure the stock price down. Wherever you find it, try to consolidate under 300 is where you can scoop from for your own long-term journey. And at that point, you can then proceed to hold. And then it will eventually get back up. But between now and the end of next month, make sure you have executed this, because their second quarter result will be out, and I expect a far better performance compared to last year's. And once that happens, it will stay up above 300, and surely a stronger support will be established. Good afternoon, Coach. I want to open a Nigerian stock brokerage account. Ijeme, you are in the right place. All you need to do, follow me on Instagram, send me a DM requesting for the link to open your brokerage account, and I will send to you. I give you what I do, so I will surely send you Atlas Portfolios link to open your account. All right? Coach, enterprise for first hold code. That's another one that is now running away. You know, I kept shouting first hold code at 24, 23, and so on and so forth. It stayed a long time at 24 and then suddenly leaped this very week, currently at 28. So let's see what the situation is with first hold code. First hold code, 28.80. In fact, it closed yesterday at 28.50. Showing some good signs, but there is a lot of offer, 19 million versus 5.6 million bids. So there's a chance that you can still buy at 27.55. Maybe you can put in a bid at 27.55. Ijeme, in case you didn't hear me, I said send me a DM on Instagram. Just follow and send a DM on Instagram, and I will send you a link to open your brokerage account, okay? If you are not following me, you are losing money, and a lot of those who are here now, in the last 1 month of joining me, in the last 6 months of joining me, they can attest to this fact. Some people discovered dividends, unclaimed dividends that they didn't know they had. Someone realized that his father bought shares for him that he didn't know he would discover. And then he's receiving dividends. One of us here got her father-in-law to complete his unclaimed dividend form, and suddenly one day she just received call that they've been receiving alert from the village. If you are not following me, you are losing money. How about the stock recommendations that you missed out? So it's not that the money you have is getting lost, but the money would have grown more. And that more money is what I make happen for you. So when you don't follow, then you miss out. But congratulations to everybody who continues this wonderful journey of wealth creation. And I'm sure everything else will be easier in this life for you if you stay disciplined to do this for yourself. There is no, can I tell you this? There is no village people, in quotes, that can stop this thing from happening for you. No village people. You know, I always like to build quietly, and that's what I teach. When they see you all over the place, opening this, opening that, building this, building that, they can come and they can get worried and then start making all sorts of noises. But you know what? When you build in secret, they don't know what to attack. I've said this before. When you build in secret, they don't know what to attack. For instance, if you buy UBA shares quietly, nobody knows you have UBA shares, right? Nobody knows. And then they don't know what to attack. But UBA continues to exist, make money for you, and then drop in dividends in your account. MTN does the same. If they want to attack you, then they have to go and destroy all UBA businesses, all MTN businesses, or anywhere you have stocks. They must crush those businesses down. And the beauty is that you don't need to be there. So you may not need to be seen around the business, yet you are a part owner. Thank you very much. Good afternoon, Coach. Please, I signed up on Afro Investor, but have no knowledge, zero knowledge on how the trading is. Well, it's not anything. If you are able to sign into any platform, then you have the basic knowledge to navigate around about it. Just play around it, read through what is there, click on this, click on that, just understand it for a while, yeah? And then once you are able to do that, then you are good to go, okay? So that's the way it works. Don't pressure yourself too much. Just relax, go through it, or you go on YouTube or just Google search how to navigate Afro Investor app for trading or whatever. And then surely there could be videos existing to that effect, yeah? So that's it. Sometimes we are our own village people. Chuksi, I agree with you. And we do not realize that. That's the truth. We do not realize that. For instance, yesterday someone chatted me up and said he earns over ₦1 million, but he doesn't know what he does. He just blows the money left, right, and center. But since after coming in contact with my videos on YouTube and so on, he decided to order his steps. And by the time I put in some words, because I got provoked in my spirit, and I began to put in some words for him, and I challenged him, he said, I'm very correct, that he comes from a family of spendthrifts. They just blow cash anyhow, and he can see that he actually inherited that thing, and it is not good. You know why it's not good? The most devastated sets of people are people who make money and suddenly crash. And you know what? If he continued that way, he will surely crash. And that's the express road to BP and coma. When you fall from grace to grass. You were up there, you were a champion in your field, you were shining, you had a lot of money, everything was going for you, but it doesn't always work that way. You know why? Some other sets of people, a new generation will come and take this thing that you are enjoying now. So before they come, push most of the money you are earning to start working for you. So by the time you leave the scene as a retiree or whatever, you have money working endlessly for you. That is so simple. The only thing is the discipline to do it. That's why you need a community like this that will keep challenging you and ensuring that you are doing the right things. So sorry for my Instagram family, they've been cut off, but I'm sure they are going to be joining soon. And ladies and gentlemen, can I tell you something? Maybe, just maybe, something may be coming up regarding Dangote Industries. We don't know what it would be, but just maybe. Coach, please come again with the stock I can buy with 50K. My network went off and I didn't hear you. Oh my God. What did I now mention that time? Please, somebody help me. What did I say you should buy with 50K now? Did I mention, I think I mentioned UPDC rate. Was it? Okay, tip. I said UPDC. I said UPDC, yes, UPDC, not UPDC rate, UPDC. Yes, with your 50K, just settle down and buy UPDC under 3 Naira. Thank you very much, guys. I have very attentive listeners here. Clean says, you are right, coach. I'm really building in secret. My portfolio amazes me, right? My portfolio marvels me. Interesting stuff. These are the feedbacks that really energizes me and empowers me to do more. You see that? All right. Good afternoon, coach. I need advice on which to buy with 2 million between NIDF and NACO as a 40-year-old. This is what to do. You need both of them as a 40-year-old. They are solid dividend and growth stocks. You don't want to miss. So what you will do, throw in the 2 million in NIDF. They will pay you dividend next month. Pack everything, invest in NACO. Very neat. You know, sometimes I seem to sound like so authoritative as though I am something else. But this is what happens. If you buy NIDF with 2 million at 115, but I would advise you bargain for 113. But assume you buy at 115, you will get 17,000 NIDF. 17,000 NIDF times 5, let's say they pay 5 Naira 50 kobo, you get 93,500 next month. You will get another 93,500 the following 3 months. You get another 93,500 another following 3 months. So for the remaining, this whole year, you're going to receive about 280,000 Naira as dividend from NIDF. Then all of that, as they come, just go and buy NACO. So they surely will be getting you at least 10,000 NACO at each buy, right? More than 10,000 NACO at each buy. So by the time you buy 3 times, you bought 30,000 NACO. Along the line, if you make more money, you still double up on your NACO. Okay? This is assuming and wishing that NACO does not drop too low. I mean, go too high before you realize all these dividends. This is the fastest way to generate money to compound through dividend income, right? Otherwise, option 2, you split the cash into 2. Half goes to NIDF, half goes to NACO, or 1.5 goes to NIDF, and the purpose is clear. While 500, I think this is the second best, or even the best, 1.5 million on NIDF. That will give you 13,000 NIDF. Then 500,000 on NACO at 77, let's say, 0.5. That will give you 6,451 NACO. Now, from the 13,000 NIDF, every other dividend that comes, beginning with next month's end, times 5.5, assuming, 71,000, you go and keep buying NACO. So you keep using that to service. The idea is you do not want to miss out on the NACO while waiting for the dividends to flow in from NIDF, right? Just in case it shoots above 80 and you could have bought at 77. So what you do is buy some at 77 with 500,000. Use 1.5 million, gather NIDF. Now that NIDF will now start bringing more dividend that you can use to double up on your NACO. I think that's the best approach so you don't miss out. Nice one there. Coach, please come again. Okay, I've responded to you, sir. Tip at 6.46. Is it good to buy? Nkilmabi. 6.4. Let's see what's the situation with tip. Have I given you update about tip yet? Okay, yes, I have. Let's see what the bid and offer status is to have an idea. Remember, today is the last trading day of the week. 4.5 million bids. The bids are higher than the offers. If nobody comes to shell out enough of this tip, maybe you may buy at 630 or below. There's the possibility to buy at 630 or below. Okay? Coach, which is the best stock to buy today, please? Mr. D. Abba. Best stock to buy today. There has to be a criteria for choosing that. Okay? We may not have the time to determine which is best. So, ladies and gentlemen, the QTIX we have been chasing before now is now close to us. Currently, 307. QTIX, a lot of supplies at 307 and 308. Dangote Sugar showing some good signs, 400,000 shares traded, almost 500,000, and it's sitting pretty at 39.45. Okay. I think people should not miss should you find Fidelity under 19, currently 19, 1910 and all that, it's a very good stock to buy now. Fidelity will reward anybody who shows interest. Currently 1910, but if you see it under 19, say 1890 or 1885, it's a good buy. So go ahead and make your decisions because that stock is a 22 naira stock, and once First Holdco continues to climb to 28 as it's going, and access will follow from the 22 it is now, it will eventually go to 24. You will find Fidelity jumping to 20 and 21. Yeah? All right. There is one stock I've had my eyes on, but still waiting to be convinced, yet the stock just keeps climbing. It was at 27, went to 28, then 29 and 30. As we speak now, it's at 32. I've just mentioned it on the passing, but attention continues to build on that stock. It's called FeedSyn. FeedSyn has been just going, and I'm just watching. I want to take position, but I'm still watching. I don't know what I'm watching. So from 27, it's gone to 32 right now. Someone says, Baba Gibbs says, Champs just dropped deeply. Coach, what's the lowest price Champs dropped today? Champs, we will see. I don't know what you mean when you say Champs dropped deeply. Are you looking from an app that is causing confusion right now? Because Champs, yesterday it closed at 2 naira 25 kobo. Today it's at 2 naira 29. So what's the drop? it's rather gaining. Chegbe says NIDF pays every month. No Nigerian stock pays every month. They pay every 3 months. There are only 2 companies that pays every 3 months in the Nigerian exchange, and that is Seplat and NIDF. Good afternoon, Coach. What should I buy with 300K on Afri Investor? I would recommend maybe you go the way of Fidelity as well. There is a lot of promise in that stock. They pay dividend twice. So all Fidelity Bank shareholders are surely going to be paid interim dividend by October as well. There is a chance for it to move up to 20 and 22. Coach, you don't really talk about WEMA. Isn't it a cheap bank stock to accumulate, or it's too long term? Well, it depends on when you joined, Dr. Abisoye Ajayi. WEMA is one bank I've kept talking about, and a lot of people got a lot of bargains. WEMA dropped to 9 naira. I told them this was a bargain. WEMA now shot up to 11, 12. Then it came down to 10. I said, 10 is still okay. Then it went to 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and then came back down to around 13. Now, a lot have been said about WEMA also at 13 and under. There were times in the course of last week and even this week when there were sell down pressures that brought WEMA down to 13. Now, let me do a little bit of analysis on WEMA itself. Okay, just to make you remember, some people bought WEMA based on my recommendation here, and they are better off for it. What I do is I try to avoid mentioning it when it goes too high, so you don't go and buy late. But when the opportunity arises, I always mention it. So WEMA, with a revenue of 281.44 billion, made a net income of 112.4 billion. That's a fantastic, if I calculate the net margin, that's fantastic. That's awesome. Hold on. 281.44 billion naira revenue. Let me expand the calculator so you can be able to see a little bit better. 281.44 billion. 281.44 billion. That's their total revenue, trailing 12 months. Now, if I work with, a net income of 112.41 billion against a revenue of 281.44 billion. What do we have? We have a net margin of 39%. That's almost 40%. WEMA, when it comes to their figures, I'm seeing they are doing very well. A net margin of 39, almost 40%, is a fantastic performance. They have a shares outstanding of 21 billion, and they made earnings per share of 5 naira 88 kobo. That's a lot. Now, they were so wise, they decided to pay 1 naira per share. Now, with that 1 naira per share, it means they retained 4 naira 88 kobo per share. That's a lot. Okay? And then the PE ratio is so little, 2.27. You know, for PE ratio, it tells you how cheap a stock is, relatively cheap a stock is, when you compare them to, maybe this holiday season will even give me a chance to really do something regarding comparative analysis per sector. This time, I take a look at the banks, all the banks, bring down their metrics and check each one. So when you're comparing the P ratio of a bank versus another bank, you know you are assessing them on a level playing ground. And let's see how these banks compete amongst themselves. Because with a PE ratio of just 2.2, for PE ratio, the lower it is, the cheaper the stock. Though it doesn't hold generally exactly the same way, because there are some companies that are growth stocks, very big companies, the blue chip stocks, you do not get to easily use PE ratio on them, especially if you check to see, and then of course, some of them with huge PE ratios means that the general public is really, or the investing public is really confident in that stock. That's what happens, okay? So I will try to see what I do with myself this weekend so I can be able to work on some of these things and come up, because this is very impressive as far as WEMA is concerned. It's just that the ROSI, the Relative Strength Index, is showing 52.37, which means there may not be any serious upward or downward movement at the moment. So the stock price is currently balanced at 13. Now, usually on the last day of trading like this, as we have it today, knowing tomorrow is a public holiday, you will find some bargain offers for a stock like WEMA. You see, it's 13.25. Don't be surprised, somebody can come sell down to 13. So if you see WEMA Bank at 13, buy. If you see it under 13, best. So as we speak now, it's possible to actually buy WEMA Bank today at 12 naira 80 kobo, and that is fantastic. Now, talking about comparative analysis, I want to do a check side by side with Fidelity. Just a moment. Remember, we are in a knowledge session, and it's important for us to learn alongside. Now, if we compare, of course, Fidelity is a bigger fish because their revenue is 830 billion versus 281 billion for WEMA. So you won't now use the revenue. You will now want to see efficiency, and that's where the net margin I was talking about comes in. We have worked out the net margin for WEMA to be about 39%. Now let's see what Fidelity's net margin is, and then we can make one or two inferences as to which of them, even though Fidelity is 19 and WEMA is 13, we want to see which is cheaper, all right? So let's look at this. Fidelity has a net income of 337.77 billion on a revenue of 830 billion. So let's say 337 billion 770 million is the net income. If we check it against the net revenue of the total revenue of 830 billion 570 million, what do we have? We have 40%. So based on the net margins of Fidelity compared to WEMA, Fidelity is a better managed bank at the moment with just a tiny difference of 0.01% if you go by net margin. So it tells you how both of them compares. Though Fidelity is 19 naira per share, WEMA is 13 naira per share, but you can see that WEMA still slightly looks better managed than Fidelity in terms of turning revenue to profit. That's what I just explained now. But there are so many other things to look at as well. The PE ratio for Fidelity is showing 2.61. Price earnings ratio, that's what PE ratio is. It gives you a good idea whether the stock price is a bit cheap or expensive. And if you compare that to WEMA, WEMA has a PE ratio of 2.27x. So 2.27 is smaller than 2.61. Therefore, Wema looks cheaper. These are things you will have to pay $250,000 for and sit down in a seminar, and in 2 hours they are done with you. Whether you understand it or not, they walk away, and that's all. I do not want to be the only one talking here, so I go back to your comments to make okay, ladies and gentlemen, Atlas is in the house also. I just found out. So if you have any concerns you want Atlas to look into, you can make it known. Father of TikTok says, how can I buy stock? I'm new here. Father of TikTok, thank you very much for joining. We appreciate your presence. We celebrate you for even having the interest, having not started at all. So you are very much welcome. The way you start to buy stocks is first you open a brokerage account. That's where whatever stock you buy goes into. Now, the stock market is regulated by the Securities and Exchange Commission. And no two individuals can buy stocks amongst themselves or sell to themselves. They must work with an intermediary, which is the stockbroker, who is licensed by the Securities and Exchange Commission. So all stocks are traded on the floor of the stock exchange, and the stockbroker is your representative in transacting. That's why they call them brokers. They broker the deal, buy deal or sell deals amongst themselves. So you need a stock brokerage account the same way you need a bank account to put your money in. Just as you don't walk into a bank to give them cash, say, keep this money for me. No. They would first open an account and then be accountable as to whatever you put into that account. That's how it works with brokers. So as cash is to banks, that's what stocks are to brokers. You get that point now? But we always advocate that you learn, you acquire knowledge. And so we advise always that you join our live sessions every day, 12 to 2 p.m., Monday to Friday, except on weekends and public holidays. Then follow me on all social media platforms. Click on the link tree on my bio there. You will see all the social media handles, especially also the YouTube channel. Now, from that YouTube channel, what I can teach you from the scratch here is available. Some beginner guide videos to help you understand how the stock market operates. Just search down, go real down to those early beginner guide videos showing you and explaining what happens when you try to invest. The whole idea is you come with whatever money you have now, intending to grow it, and then you invest in company stocks that are in business, so that as the business progresses, they make more money for shareholders. You now are benefiting because more value creation means the stock price continues to appreciate. So those who invest in stocks actually make money in two basic ways. Through capital gains. You buy a stock 5 naira today, next year it is selling for 10 naira. That is double what you invested. So there is always a tendency that if you invest right, you are going to build wealth over time. I have been in this for 27 years, and it doesn't matter how much you have. I posted a receipt of mine on Twitter and on Instagram showing the first stock I bought. I bought that Savannah, I used 4,000 naira. Savannah Bank was doing public offer, I bought. And then I went to the floor of the exchange. I bought from the floor also. And then eventually I sold it before Savannah Bank crashed. Okay? So start from where you are, learn, and then follow me on Instagram, send me a DM. I will send you the link to open your brokerage account. I will send you the link to join our Net Worth Investors Club. So because you remember what I just said now, that the things I'm showing you now, people will collect 250,000 from you, and within 2 hours of a lecture or a workshop, they are done and they go away. I have been long in this thing, and I know that 2 hours boot camp or whatever you call it is not enough to raise masters in this thing. You need a community. You need where they can keep coming on a daily basis to sharpen their knowledge and their skills while also following market trends, because the stock market is a very dynamic place. You don't come and go, you come and stay. Follow developments, profit from it legitimately. That's what we are doing. All right? So that's the way it works. And so if you can be a part of the community, see what we are doing. We are in a group on Discord app, so that beyond the 2 hours, I am able to sacrifice for now on social media like this, doing live sessions. You can also still be able to ask questions before we come on live, after we come on live, and even during weekends when there are no lives because there is no trading, okay? And then, of course, that's where we are on Discord group. Over 2,100 members are there right now. As I speak to you, we continue to communicate, exercise our investment skills, analytical skills, talk about stocks, share ideas, news, and take investment recommendations as well. So we have Nigerians in diaspora in that group. We have Nigerians in Nigeria in that group. And we have some foreigners in that group, because those foreigners saw me tweeting about foreign stocks and on threads, and then they followed me and joined the group as well. So that's how you can confidently build wealth in the capital market. A lot of people know this, but they don't have the time or they don't have the calling to take more people along to show them. Thank God for the privilege of social media these days. This is not social media content creation. If you go through my pages, I'm not crazy about creating content left, right, and center. No. Everybody can't be doing the same thing. My mission is very clear: to raise wealthy people through the stock market. That is, I don't care at what strata of wealth you are in right now in your life. My mission, when I come in contact with you, is to create, to raise men, to raise millionaires. Yesterday and the day before, I was saying, some of you, you can't even put money together, let it stay, and you see it get up to 1 million. Every time your money or your savings or your investment approaches just about getting up to ₦1 million, it disappears. You spend until you get down to maybe 300,000 or 500,000, you start holding on again and managing. Some, you have seen millions, but you have not hit 10 million in net worth. You can't assemble 10 million at once to say, this is worth 10 million. I am in your life to make sure you go past that, right? And then, of course, if you are in your tens of millions, it's time to hit 100 million. This is the legitimate path you can follow to do this. Some of you need to hit billion. It is still possible here. Did you see how much Tony Elumelu spent buying 45 million shares of UBA? Billions. So the richest people are investing. Did you see how much Femi Otedola spent amassing First Bank shares, and now he's the chairman? He spent over 300 billion. And he's saying that he didn't spend 300 billion to go and sit down and be collecting 60 kobo dividend. In their last AGM, he said it. That's a hint, which I already told us about, that by the time he's settled in First Bank, dividends will improve, because he's not going to be joking. Already, they've done a lot of cleanup in First Bank. Leakages have been blocked and all that. So we are taking position right from when it was 24. In fact, 18, we started taking position, and I kept telling us, even at 24, I say, buy First Bank. This is a 30 naira stock minimum. And what do we have? Just from the beginning of this week, from 25, it has jumped to 28. That's close to the 30 I was talking about, right? So there is a whole lot that you can benefit from being here. That's why I keep saying, if you are not following me, you are losing money. And I know that I am sent to you I mean, I am sent to you. So if you are hearing me and you are already a part of what we are doing, or it looks like you like what you hear, you are the one I was sent to. Now, join me and let's raise millionaires. You are going to be built beyond your imagination, and it's already happening already. As you can see, it's already happening. So what's my own? It has worked for me. I am happy to show people, so it will work for many more. And let's all get out of the rat race, because whether you like it or not, you are not getting any younger. You will keep getting older. And what you have done today is what will secure your tomorrow. For me, I don't know about you, I want to be able to have enough time to travel around the world as I want, not necessarily relocating anywhere. And then, of course, if I want to relocate, I can easily relocate even now as I speak to you. I can just move my family and disappear from here, right? But the important thing is already what I started 27 years ago has helped me now that I can talk to you freely without coercing you to bring money, right? Except those who seriously want one-on-one, then I take you on and take you one step at a time. But listen, no matter where you are now, just get ready. There's enough for you in this market. And I'm ready to go all the way with you. That's why my identity is not fake. And that's why I like to meet you. Eventually, the club leaders will be meeting this weekend, and we'll start working on reviving our subgroups in the club. We have Lagos subgroup, Port Harcourt subgroup, Abuja subgroup, UK subgroup, Canada subgroup, US subgroup, Benin subgroup, Kano subgroup, Kaduna subgroup, and so on. We are coming back full force, and we will see ourselves making impact. Now we have a caller, and priority is always given to our callers. Let's have Chesil. Hello, Chesil.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Please tell us your name and where you're streaming from.
My name is, well, Chemeze, Chesil for short. I'm streaming from the Netherlands. I've been here a couple of times. I have been investing in the stock market since 2007
Okay.
in the Nigerian stock market. So as I explained to you the last time, before I left Nigeria, I had almost around 15 companies.
Wow.
But when I left, then I forgot about everything. But my mom kept saying to me, "Oh, we receive your dividend every time in the post." And I was like, "How much is it?" "Oh, I don't care." But now I really want to organize all my finances and put it in one place. I
Good.
opened I opened the Atlas portfolio, and it's
Good.
opened. Thankfully, thanks to you, you sent me the link, and I was asking if they can accept my proof of address here, and you said yes, and of which they did. So now I sent them an email. Since they are here, maybe they can help. How then do I ask them to bring all my stock I have? I don't even remember them anymore. How can they bring all of them together in Atlas portfolio? I already saw how to deposit money there. I don't know if they have like minimum deposits. I don't know. I didn't see the details if they have like minimum, because I really want to take advantage of Nigerian stock. It might sound bad. I said I want to take advantage, but whenever I look at what is going on in the market, it's really 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 good. I have been investing here. I've been investing here pre-COVID, and then it crashed during COVID. I bought Tesla, and Tesla did, I don't know how many percent. They did a split share. I bought Rolls Royce. Even Neo, I bought Neo when Neo was like $5. It went to $66. I sold before it crashed. So I really know. Palantir. I bought Palantir when it was $7. You can imagine. Now it's almost 130, and list goes on. I also hold S&P 500, where S&P 500 physical gold and silver. So for me, that is where I store I store my money. If I'm not sure of investing in any company, I just put it S&P 500 or gold OTC. But when each time I look at the Nigerian market, I keep on saying to myself, guy, you are missing a lot. You are really missing a lot.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I have money in the money market with IBTC. I have a couple of millions there, but I really want to start taking proactive. I want to be proactive in in the stock market, in the Nigerian stock market, and also the Atlas. Do they do like instant execution like we have here, or do you have to put it in and they have to go and bid and then you wait until the trading end of the trading day? How does it work? So
All right.
I've asked a lot of questions, but yeah.
Never mind, it's in order. So I will oblige you and go ahead with responses. And then, if you like, I will also get Atlas on board. First, it is in perfect order that you want to capitalize on opportunities in the market. And you are not wrong to decide to take advantage. I'd like you to know that that is what to do. Don't feel remorseful about that word taking advantage. That's what we are all trying to do. And the more Nigerians will get involved to take advantage, the better, because opportunities are there for us. And if we don't take advantage, then foreigners will, because every month there are billions of US dollars coming into the Nigerian market in the form of foreign portfolio investments as well. So if Nigerians in Nigeria and in diaspora will not take advantage, well, there are eagle-eyed foreign portfolio investors hovering around who always seem to do so. All right, so that takes care of that. As for your account with Atlas Portfolios, congratulations, you are able to do that. And maybe your experience and your remarks right now might have also gone a long way to encourage some others in the diaspora who are hooked up in this program right now. And they can now see that truly address verification can also be done for diasporans. You don't necessarily need a Nigerian address if you want to invest. As long as every other thing is in order, they can reach you through those addresses. That's perfect. It's a regulatory requirement that they must meet, and so once you go through all those hurdles, it's in order. Now, Atlas Portfolios will give you instant access by the click of a button to buy and sell whatever stock you want to trade on. That's one. Number two, you can actually go through the user guide video. It's on my YouTube channel as well. You will see how to navigate your way through the site. It's pretty easy, especially for you who is already experienced doing the same thing with foreign stocks. Then for your previous stocks, I need you to get interested in assembling them back for yourself. And this is something Atlas Portfolios can do for you as well. All you need to do is, now that you have signed up with them, do them an email requesting for them to conduct a global search on CSCS. Doesn't matter whether you bought those stocks on public offer, doesn't also matter whether you bought those stocks through a broker. All stocks are warehoused with the CSCS, the Central Securities Clearing System. That's the reason why, even if a stockbroker goes out of business, your stocks are still intact, because you didn't invest in the stockbroking firm. I need people to understand this. You are investing in the businesses. If it's MTN, it's MTN. If it's Zenith Bank, GTCO, or any of these companies. So as long as those companies continue to exist, your investment is not lost. All your stocks are in CSCS. Now that you want to get them back, Atlas will do a global search. You pay a tiny fee depending on the volume of stocks, 9,000, 3,000, whatever it is that they come up with CSCS. And that money is paid to CSCS. They gather all your stocks that is in their records, give to Atlas. Atlas will now do the paperwork for share transfer and all that. And then they will eventually get them over to that trading account you have opened for you to be able to access them and do whatever you want with them. In any case, all outstanding dividends as well
can also be reclaimed.
Do I need
Because
to make a separate application to the dividends?
for the dividends,
Yeah.
I can share a link with you to start that process. But in the end, Atlas can also be helpful because dividends that you haven't claimed for a long time, some of these registrars who are in custody, they are actually weary because they are not sure who is now requesting. But when you have a broker also helping to request for it, it makes it easier because they trust that the broker has verified that you are the authentic owner. So this is how you can gather all these things and get back fully and take full advantage. I personally encourage you to take full advantage. Don't be shy, don't be apologetic about taking advantage. We are all taking advantage. It is our right.
Okay. And the next question was, I remember I asked you last time that my dad before he passed on, he bought a lot of shares, and also my mom has a lot of shares. And for some reason, last week my mom was asking me, "Oh, Chimeze, how about all the shares I have? I don't know anything about it again." I was like, "Okay, I'm in the process of recovering mine. Once I have mine sorted out, then next will be yours." So what I want to do is help her out, fill out the application forms, and then submit to Atlas. But now the problem was that she has been staying with my sister for the last 5 years, and all the utility bill back in the village still comes to the main family house, my dad's house, and the name of my dad is still there. It wasn't changed, and my dad is dead already. How can we verify her? How can we use that utility bill to, because you needed a utility bill to verify your account?
Is
Since
is
since where she's living now is with my sister's and the husband's name in the all the bills, you know.
It's not a problem. As long as the utility bill is where she lives, you get it from currently. That's all they want. And everybody knows not all utility bills are in the names of the occupants of the building. Some people rent houses, and the utility bill is in the name of the landlord.
Landlord. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
So let her just put in the address of where she lives, get the utility bill of that address. What they are trying to verify is the address. As long as they can spot the address on the utility bill, then that settles that part of address verification.
Okay. Okay. So I think that's what I have to do now.
Advise her, just as you advised her, it's important for you to finish your process. Then you now follow the same methods to get
Yeah.
her started.
Yeah. That's what I say to her. I'm already in the process of getting mine because I know that I bought a lot, and I remember that one of my aunties in 2008 or 9, before she died, I convinced her to give me money to buy stocks for her. So now I really want to take the money and give to the family because it's not mine, you know. And I think nobody knew she gave me the money. But now that I want to recover the money, I just want to make sure that, that I have all those money that is.
In that case, did you buy it in your name or in her
I bought
name?
it in my name, yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
beautiful,
yeah,
beautiful.
yeah.
It would
Because
have been
then,
more difficult if you had bought it in her name. You
yeah,
understand?
no, no.
If you
She
bought
gave
it
me
in
the
your
money.
name, oh, you're
Yeah,
a good man.
yeah, she gave me the money, and then I bought it in my name because while I was investing in stock, I was convincing everyone at home to buy. As at 2007, during my secondary school, I was saying, no, I need to buy shares because then there was a boom in the shares, and every day I go to the newspaper to check the
That's
beginning
the
and
way
the
it
end of the
was.
day.
That's the way we're doing it. Newspaper. You will get the newspaper.
Sun or Vanguard will give you the goods
Yeah, you get the
overview.
newspaper of today.
It tells you tomorrow. It tells you the one of
Yesterday's
yesterday.
prices
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
to buy today. So you are paying your stockbroker based on yesterday's prices, and usually after they go and come back, they'll tell you, oh, the price went up, and you now have to come and settle.
Yeah.
It's been a long journey.
Yeah, it is. It is. And yeah, I again, wonders are happening in Nigerian stock market. I was looking at what Wando did, and I was like, wow, why didn't I take advantage of this? Why didn't I buy? But anyway, thank you very much. I really, I'm so happy that
Wow.
because it's part of my finances that I have not been able to organize my shares in Nigeria, and I really want to do it now because yeah, I really want to. I'm so excited. I will go on. Do I need to download an app? Does Atlas do they have an app?
No, they
Yet.
don't use an app because apps always delays. So it's a web
Okay.
portal, but you can use your devices, including your phone.
Okay, okay, all right. Because I opened it to my phone and I looked at it and I was like, okay. I sent them in the contact me. I sent them a message saying to do this global search, but maybe I have to write it in a proper email. I don't know.
Send them an email.
Yeah, okay.
Wow.
Thank you very much. Wow, we have so many callers standing by. I've never seen this volume of calls.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jesse. Appreciate. Take care.
Yeah, thank
Hello,
you.
coach. Good afternoon.
Very good afternoon to you. Tell us your name and where you're streaming from.
My name is Ali, and I'm streaming from Birmingham, UK.
Thank you very much. Whose background is making that noise? Please, could you keep your backgrounds quiet? Hello.
It's not from my side. I don't think so.
Okay. K Black, you seem not to be available. I've muted you. So go ahead, sir. Do you have up to 1,000 followers, please? Oh, okay. I muted the wrong person. K Black, please unmute yourself.
Yes, coach.
So sorry about that. Do you have up to 1,000 followers, please?
No, sir. 45 followers.
Okay.
So,
Your
coach,
name
actually, I
and
just
campaign.
okay. I'm Ali calling from Birmingham, UK.
Okay. Thank you very much, Ali.
So, coach, I've created my Atlas portfolio and I made a light deposit on Monday. It has not reflected it today. Am I on the wrong website? Because the website on here it says app.atlasportfolios.com.
How did you make the deposit? Was it to a bank account of Atlas?
Yes.
All right, hold on. I'm getting Atlas to come on to respond. Hello, Atlas. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Coach. Good afternoon,
We
everyone.
have Ali
Hello,
from
Atlas.
Birmingham.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
So
So,
go ahead.
okay, thank you, coach. So, Atlas, I made a deposit on Monday 5:30 a.m. But I'm yet to receive it on my dashboard.
So, did you transfer directly from Nigerian Commercial Bank or a conversion app?
A conversion app.
All right. Your name, please, and value.
Owen Kwapoe Ali, value
What's the
10,000.
value?
10,000.
All right. Okay. Okay. So, what you would do for me is send us an evidence of payment via our WhatsApp. Most times, the conversion apps don't reflect the name. We only see the name of
Oh, okay,
the
okay,
app,
true, 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 true. I
so
understand.
we can't trace it. So send us
Okay.
an evidence of maybe via WhatsApp. Let me work with the account department to get the credit there.
All right, thank you. Once it's clear, will I always do this whenever I want to deposit?
Yes,
Because
sir. You just have to do that, sir.
all
Always
right,
send
so I'll
us.
just have to be chatting your WhatsApp number then.
All right, that'll be fine, sir.
All right, thank you, coach. And so, coach, secondly, as a newbie, I would like to invest in at least 5 to 6 stocks for now till at 2 years time. Would you advise me for?
Depends on when you want to buy because a lot of times prices fluctuates. And the best stock today might not be the best to buy tomorrow based on price movements.
Okay.
So be
And
a part of the discussions As time goes on, every time you get inflow of cash, you can make up your mind or ask at that point, and maybe we'll be able to share which is best per time.
Okay. So once my portfolio is being credited, I'll make the actual deposit I want to make. Then I'll need at least two or three to start with. Maybe
Not a
like
problem.
Monday.
Okay, this is how it works. The YouTube channel is there for
Okay.
every live sessions we have, beginning to
Okay.
end. It will be uploaded. Yesterday's video was there already. Today's video before 6 p.m. Nigerian time, it will be uploaded. So you could, at your own time, go back, play these videos, pick the ideas, check the stock prices, and make up your mind on what to buy. That's another fantastic way to go about this. Like I said, most of these things we're discussing are still valid even after 1 month.
Okay. Okay.
Because the market continues to be dynamic, goes up and goes down, and sometimes as at when it's being spoken about, a stock is being spoken about is so high, by the time you are rewatching the video, you are able to find that, oh, this such a good stock is now this low. You go in and make a kill. Is that okay, sir?
Okay, so one last thing, coach. I keep getting confused about is it stock and shares. Are they the same or they're two different things?
They are the same, basically used interchangeably.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we have Real Jerry in the house. Very good afternoon to you, sir. Looks like your microphone is muted.
Hello, Coach.
Good afternoon, sir. Glad to have you here. Okay, it's looking like there's some
Hello,
bit of
Coach.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon,
Can you
sir.
hear me now? Good afternoon. How are you doing?
Loud and clear. Very well, thank you. It's good to have you here.
Thank you so much. Um, let me again appreciate you, sir, for all you do.
Thank you, sir.
Honestly, every day being with you is an added value to my life, and I want to deeply appreciate you. So quickly, let me just go. I've been dropping my questions, but it seems others have been covering it. I wanted to quickly know if QTs pay dividends.
QTix does.
Okay, sir.
We quickly fetch the dividend history for QTix, so we can be able to refresh our memory. QTix. Okay. QTix, usually their dividend comes later on in the year. And I have the dividend history up till 2006 upwards. In fact, 2004 upwards. The last dividend was paid August 19th. I mean, ex-dividend date was August 19th, 2024. They paid 15 kobo per share. Payment date was September. So they declare in August, they pay in September. They can declare earlier than August though.
All right.
2023, they paid 12 kobo per share, August 31st, 2022. So QTIP is a consistent dividend paying stock. I have fetched their dividend history up till 1999.
Right, that's good, and thank you for that. So, also number two, I have three questions quickly. The second is between UPDC rigs and UPDC. I want to know the difference, and please, which would you recommend at this point?
It will depend on what your preference is. UPDC REIT is purely a real estate investment trust. All they do is strictly real estate. Now, let me go back history lane. UACN is the parent company of UPDC. UACN are the former owners of what we used to know as Mr. Biggs. Now, UACN had a property development subsidiary, which is UPDC. But the UPDC, as a listed company and a property business, also does other ancillary businesses. Eventually, UPDC was unbundled from UAC to become independent, and they got listed and separated from UACN. So UPDC eventually gave birth to UPDC REIT, Real Estate Investment Trust. Now, in real estate investment trust sector, they are guided by a completely different rule. Whatever monies you make in terms of profit after tax, minimum 70% of your part, profit after tax, must be paid out as dividends to shareholders. That's the sector you have SFS REIT, Union Homes REIT, and any other REIT. You also have REITs abroad. In the foreign market, in fact, in the US, their minimum is 90% of profit after tax.
Right.
Whereas
Okay.
everyone decide on what to do with their profit after tax if they make profit. So that's the difference.
Okay. From UPDC.
Yes. So
Okay.
UPDC is still involved in several other things, but UPDC REIT strictly property business, and they must comply with 70% minimum payout to shareholders from their profit after tax.
Thank you so much. Lastly, sir, I think this should be, thank God Atlas is still with us.
Okay. Are you with us, sir? Looks like we have lost you.
I am with you.
One
I'm with
question.
you.
Okay.
I'm
go
with
ahead,
you.
sir.
Can I go ahead, please?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Okay, sir. I observe.
That network challenge that does not want you to talk.
I,
You will defeat it today.
Coach, I'm still here. Can you hear me?
Go ahead, sir.
Okay, I'm saying.
Every time he wants to talk, the thing goes off. All right.
Am
Go
I
ahead.
on
Don't ask
now?
questions.
Am I
Yes.
still on with you?
Yes.
I said in my dashboard, I noticed that's my Atlas portfolio dashboard. I noticed the equity, then real estate. Equity is in green, then real estate is in purple. So I wouldn't know what that could represent. I just observed that. So I would like Atlas to please. If it's for purpose, let's get to know. Thank you, coach.
Atlas, all is in your court. Looks like Atlas is far away. While we are waiting for their response, Movie Buzz Top 10. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Movie Buzz.
Good afternoon.
Yes, sir. Tell us your name and where you're streaming from.
My name is actually Moye Gumuiwa. I've been calling you. I've been following you for almost 3 months since March.
Okay.
I just want to appreciate you, and since I've been following you, I can't just imagine that I've been able to invest like a lot of millions in the stock exchange just by
Wow.
following you.
Just
I think you motivated me. I had to liquidate my I was doing a mutual fund. I had to liquidate I was putting all my money in dollars. I had to liquidate it to put in treasury stock exchange now. I think, and I've seen the value in it. There was a day you analyze at so X amount of naira times this rate, and I saw that the money I was getting from dividend was quite too low when comparing in the fund market.
Where are you invested? Where are you located?
I'm in Nigeria, but I just put all of my money in dollars then, and I'll put in it in dollars then. But when you analyze it to me, and I just saw that, man, you're losing money. As if you're not following, you're losing money. I just had to convert all of them to shares, and thank God. I think you are motivating me to at least have at least 1 million shares in Nigeria stock, like Zenith Banks and GTB. I'm working towards it.
Good, good. Thank you very much for being honest with your feedback, and I'm really glad that you're getting value already. Appreciate your feedback. Do you have any question?
No, I've learned a lot. I thought I'm an ex-banker. I thought I knew
Oh, really?
a lot before, but meeting you, I think I've learned so much also.
Wow. This is really humbling. Thank you very much, my fellow colleague. We're together in this,
I
bro.
I joined banking in 2006, 2006,
Okay.
2007. Then
Okay. That,
I
that
joined
was.
Zenith Bank.
Oh, really? Jim Ovia. You must have met him. Used to be the
You
coach.
had to meet him before you get employment.
Yeah, before you get employed, you have to meet him finally. And once you pass through that, you are ready. In our case, it was Joseph Ajekigbe in First Bank then.
Yeah,
Really glad to hear from you, and I'm sure someone somewhere is also motivated by your feedbacks. You know, when
yeah.
you get to hear things like this from followers, really excites me.
With you, I've opened my atlas. I've started trading myself. I've converted all my dollars to naira now, and I think I'm good.
You will suddenly be more sure of the future. You are no longer scared what tomorrow will bring because you have actively crafted tomorrow.
Yeah,
That's where the
yeah,
statement, you are the architect of your future comes from. You have made up,
yeah.
now you can be, in fact, this is you. Watch out what happens with you 1 year from now.
Yeah. I'm even looking towards the second quarter. Most of the banks I bought by the time they declared the second quarter result, I see a leap. And looking towards having 1 million in all of them, I think I'm seeing
Congratulations.
a leap in my investment.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Now,
Thank you.
at this point, retirement makes sense. Thank you very much.
Yes, that makes sense. It makes sense. It makes sense. I hope to get as much as shares as you have to.
Never mind. We're in this together. I'll always be there.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.
Atlas Portfolios, Real Jerry is still waiting for your response. Are you there?
Yes, coach, I'm here. I'm hearing that for the first time. I'm not sure the portal has any purple color to signify if there are issues with mandate. I'm aware of gray, red, green. I don't know. If the person can just send a screenshot of what it looks like to our
Okay.
WhatsApp, let's just view it.
All right. I think it will be better handled there because the visuals
Yeah.
is important at this point. Thank you
Thank
very
you
much.
so much. Thank you, Coach. I'll do just that. Thank you, Atlas Portfolio. That will be done. Thank you, Coach.
All right, sir. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
We have Frederick.
Hi, Coach. Good morning.
Good afternoon from my end.
Sorry, good afternoon. How you
Do you
doing?
have up to 1,000 followers? Doing great, and you?
I'm doing all right. I have
Do
a
you
couple
have
of questions to ask. I've been following you for some time now,
Sorry,
and
hold on. Let's go to the protocols. Do you have up to 1,000 followers?
in what?
Do
On
you have up
TikTok?
to 1,000 followers on TikTok?
No, no, I don't.
You know, this is a real community, and one of the rules is that we need to be seeing ourselves. That's why this question comes up. Okay,
Okay.
and TikTok regulations has it that if you don't have up to 1,000, you cannot do a video call. So I needed to clarify whether it's possible to see you because we are not fake. So go ahead, sir. Where are you streaming from?
Okay, I'm sorry about that. I'm streaming from the UK.
Thank you very much. From the UK,
Yes.
Frederick, you may go ahead.
Yes. So I do invest here using the stockbroker trading 212 for my investments here. But then when I started
Okay,
listening to you about Nigerian markets, I picked interest. So ever
okay.
since then, I've been trying to get stockbroker that I can trade Nigerian markets with on. So about the Atlas portfolio, I don't really know how I can get access to it.
All you need to do is follow me on Instagram, send me a DM.
I've followed you on Instagram. I don't know if you need to accept me so I can send you a message. Accept the follow request.
It's automatic. Once you follow, you send a DM. It's automatic.
Okay.
Yes. So I'll send you the link. You open your brokerage account straight.
All right, no problem. I will.
Then
I'll,
on my YouTube channel, you can also go to the video on how to navigate their web portal.
so, what's your account on Instagram, please?
At Wealth Coach Omiete. Let me type it just in case somebody else may need this at Wealth Coach. The same handle I use here, that's it. So anybody who needs my Instagram handle, that's it at Wealth Coach Omiete. Or you can also follow the link tree link on my bio to take you there. You'll see the Instagram icon and then you can follow. Drop your
Okay.
messages. Even those who want to join Network Investors Club, all for free. Just drop your request via DM. I'll send you the link to join.
All right, no problem. I will do just
Would that
that.
be all?
Yes, that will be. I think I will have to kickstart. Then, if I get confused, then I'll be sure
Never
to let you know.
we're here. Daily, 12 noon, we're here. And then, of course, 24 hours on the Discord app. We're also there. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you so
And all
much,
the
Coach.
best.
Yeah.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Ade O. Sorry, we have to continue to entertain these calls because it is a priority to speak to those who really want. Hello, Ade. Hello, Ade. Looks like Ade is ready for us. Maybe it's an error. We proceed to Arola. Hello, Arola. Hello, Arola. Maybe that's also an error. We can't hear from Arola. We proceed to Emmanuel Schelle.
Ah,
Good afternoon, sir. Do we have Emmanuel? Okay. I will assume that's an error. We go on to the next. Ngosoya, you are next. Then I go on to comments. The color meant that you invested in real estate and equity. Okay. Coach, at what price do you advise I bid Fidelity Bank stock? Happy Joy. Let's see. Happy Joy. Ladies and gentlemen, a lot is happening in the market. We need to get back there to see so I can update you all on what it is. Yeah. So quickly, I need to brief you on what's going on in the markets right now. On the premium board, we have First Bank. First Bank now 29 naira 20 kobo, and Access Bank has just jumped to 23 naira. A lot is happening in the banking sector. MTN still at 308 naira right now, still climbing. UBA has jumped to 36 naira per share, whereas Zenith climbs to 50 naira. So the banking sector is already bouncing. I hope most of you are already in it. You were all here just a few weeks ago when I told you that Zenith has no business trading under 50 naira. I remember Chris called in and asked for what his wife should buy. I won't forget, I mentioned Zenith that time. It was around 46, 47, and I am now hoping that they were able to buy at 47 at most, because as we speak right now, Zenith has touched 50 naira and is sitting pretty there, right? Now, we're also watching First Bank. I told all of you here that First Bank is a 30 naira stock when it was still lingering at 24. It lingered at 24 for so long. What do we have right now? First Bank 29 naira 20 kobo. Up till Monday, I think some people still bought First Bank at 25, at 24. We have it now at 29 naira per share. 380 million naira spent buying First Bank shares. By the way, the party is still on with MTN. Currently, 1.4 billion naira spent on MTN, and MTN continues to drive higher. 308 naira per share at the moment. So we go on to this is quite an emergency going on. In all this, what's happening with GT Bank? I should expect that GT should be touching 70 naira now. Let's go and check and see what the situation is with GT Bank. Currently, GT Bank, I'm not wrong, 70 naira 5 kobo. I'll come back to this thing I said about Zenith. Zenith is ready to match whatever GT Bank is going to be paying this financial year. So Zenith, I expect them to hold on and wait for GT to announce their results so they can match it. Now, when that happens, Zenith will eventually, even if it's not during the first quarter result, because they normally pay the same in the first, interim dividend. That's what it's called. Even when they pay the same in the interim dividend, particularly that final dividend, Zenith rushed and paid the same thing. And after Zenith announced, GT came out and paid almost double. That's what has brought about the price difference that is so much right now. But guess what? Zenith will match what GT is going to pay. And if they do, at least, even if GT is going to be more expensive than Zenith, if GT is at 70, Zenith should be at 60, 65. If GT gets to 75, Zenith should be at 65, 70. So there is still some upside. Like I said, when I spoke about Zenith at 46, it is the same. Nothing has changed. More upside for anybody who has been able to buy Zenith at 47. Okay? And then Guinness is just marking its time, still at 90 naira 50 kobo at the moment. You know, this Guinness was 77 or thereabouts when we started talking about it or so. All right. And then just to give you a quick heads up, because we have just 4 minutes before today's live session is over, and then we have till next Tuesday to be back here. Some of the stocks that we are keeping an eye on, they may be running away, but They can't run away for too long from us. I'm going to be coming out with fresh finds, if you like, from next week because we will have enough time. Wando continues to be on full bid, 11.6 million shares, currently 56 naira 85 kobo. That's the maximum gain for the day. And then, of course, we still have Presco trying hard at 955 naira per share. And then USCN is now at 34. So USCN is quite a good buy if you can buy at 33 or thereabouts. Ladies and gentlemen, behold your Vitafoam. Some people cannot wait anymore. They are now buying Vitafoam at 60 naira per share. Before our very eyes, Vitafoam currently now 60 naira per share. Real Black says, what app can I use to buy stocks in naira? Please use Atlas Portfolios. You can use your phone and every other thing. It's a web portal, not an app, because apps will give you delayed data and you'll be spending more buying at those delayed prices. Sarah, Jai's Bank has a little pullback. Is this related to the festival? Is it a good buy? Please go ahead and buy Jai's if it is close to 3 naira, as close as possible. Let's see what's happening with Jai's right now. A very quick one, Jai's 315. I think this is a good price. I wish that you can buy at 310 or anything less. It must be close, it must be related to the festivities because, you know, most of our Muslim brothers and sisters who are invested in Jai's may want to pull out some profit to enjoy their festivities. And as we speak right now, at least at 310, you should be able to buy because there are 17.9 million bids versus 17.9 million offers versus 5.9 million bids. So the bids are far less, meaning towards the end of closing, 20 minutes from now, the market will close. They will be under pressure to sell, and you just may be lucky to buy Jai's at 310. So that's the price I would suggest. Coach, what stock can I buy with 250K that I got my dividend payments, please? Okay, this is compounding. That is reinvesting your dividend. Go ahead and buy USCN, 33, 34. Ladies and gentlemen, 1 minute more. This is the much I can take. I have tried sitting down here for 2 solid hours. I think I have done well. Coach, please, what's the best entry price for NACO, wellness, and skin? NACO 77 is the perfect, but I saw it jumping to 78, 79. Let's see where it is right now. 79 currently, but 77, 78 at the moment. Maybe not today anymore. Maybe next week it could just drop because there's nothing really to look forward to at the moment, just at the moment, right? Okay, Stanbic IBTC might just be the first bank to hit 100 naira. That's very possible. They are the best as far as investment banking in the Nigerian banking landscape is concerned. Ladies and gentlemen, it's 2 p.m. Nigerian time. Now I need the remaining 20 minutes of trading on the Nigerian Stock Exchange for myself. I have missed some deals while talking to you. I think I deserve to go and find a way to make amends at the moment. Thank you very much for joining. Keep your comments coming in, even as I post on social media. Do well to go back to the videos and watch them. And remember, all the live sessions are now uploaded on the YouTube channels. And of course, today's live session, latest 6 p.m. Nigerian time, it should be there on or before 6 p.m. You can go back, recap, take notes, and strike. Everything has been cooked for you. Just go and enjoy. Revisit some of these videos. They are at least still very useful for the next 1 month plus, depending on market dynamics. Thank you very much, everybody, for being a part of this. And let me say a very big thank you to Atlas. Atlas, you are highly appreciated for all you do in spite of the difficulties. I'm so sorry for everyone who is still trying to call. I can't stay beyond 2 hours. I need to go take care of business. Thank you so very much, everybody. And hopefully you enjoy your Salah holidays. Once again, happy Salah holidays to all our Muslim faithfuls, our brothers and sisters out there. Hopefully your portfolio continues to grow. And we meet again Tuesday, 12 noon to 2 p.m. as usual, because tomorrow is public holiday. Monday is also public holiday in Nigeria. But until then, stay safe, enjoy your festivities, enjoy your holidays. We'll see you again Tuesday. Until then, bye bye for now.